Hello lovely people and welcome back to my channel. So for today's painting I'm going back to landscape and we're gonna start with our sky. So I am adding some ultramarine blue, and to that slowly I'm adding more and more titanium white. So the darkest shade is at the top, and then to create depth I'm creating it more and more light as it gets closer to the horizon line. Now, it's really up to you if you want to plant some clouds over here or not. I just decided to have a clear sky day today because sometimes it's just good to have a plain, simple sky. Right, now we're gonna move on to the star of the show, which are mountains. So for this, I have mixed in ultramarine blue and Van Dyke brown and a little bit of white to create this really dark gray color. And now I'm just planting my mountains in whichever shape I like. Really, there's no thought process behind it. I'm just going with the flow. Once I paint this, I'm going to create the mountains that are in front of this mountain chain, which are covered with very dense trees. So for that, I'm going to use a little bit of sap green and just paint along. So now you will see that I'm painting the mountain chain right in front of the one we just created. We are going to go back to that gray mountains and cover it up with snow. You know, snow-covered mountains is one of the prettiest things in nature to look at. Right, so here I have covered up sap green and I'm just trying to draw out or carve out a path because who doesn't want to get into these beautiful mountains? Now, I'm painting my snow in. The key to this is that you need to have a very light hand. Don't apply any force or any pressure and you'll see these beautiful mountain peaks. By mistake, I picked up some green, which added a little bit of green to the snow, but I'll go back and paint white over it later. Wherever you want your peaks, just gently create the snow effect, and then to create the shadow of the snow, you're gonna mix a little bit of blue to your white and create the opposite side where you have the shadow of the snow. So here you see me creating the shadow for each of the mountain, and this just makes your mountains so real. It's even beyond words, and it's so easy. If you will try it, you'll be like, wow, why was I missing this trick all this time? Right, so I'm really happy with how my snow-covered mountains have turned out, and now I'm just planting some grass in the foreground. This is just sap green and a little bit of black to just give it a little bit darker shade closer to the where we are. And here now I'm back to my greeny mountains, trying to plant some trees and give illusion of a really dense forest that is before we get to those snow-covered mountains. I decided that in foreground I needed some color added and some flowers. So here I'm just using a little bit of cadmium red and using my fan brush to create the illusion of flower field. I will go back and add a little bit more different colors to it, like a bit of yellow to create, you know, different shades, because like I said, there is nothing in nature that is just one plain color. I will go back to it later, but now I'm going to go back to my trees and just try and add some dimension, because again, having everything just in sap green is kind of making it very flat, and just adding a bit of yellow is going to bring these trees to life, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Also, we do need to color our path, so for that I'm just mixing white with a little bit of yellow ochre and just painting this beautiful path that leads to this paradise. Now it's really up to you if you want to mix brown and white and shade a different color, or if you want, you could actually have a lake coming through this area. You decide what you want. Now I think I am pretty happy with how this painting has turned out. I just want to add a little bit more color to my flowers, so I'm adding a little bit of light pink here to just make this more and more realistic. And after that, I think I'm just going to finalize my painting. I really hope you have grabbed some color and you're painting along with me, and I look forward to your version. Hope you enjoyed this video. Happy watching.